we did struggle with Jack Grealish. I felt like that Johnson and Porro really struggled with him to keep him contained. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever one it happens to be for you. I hope you're doing well. So yes, we won away, and I did say that we could win and score 3 goals, but I thought that they might have enough to score, especially as at their new ground they haven't actually lost until today. So I was actually surprised that they didn't score. Again, I think that was probably thanks to Vicario. I'm not going to lie. I think that Vicario did some good saves again today. When you think about the actual chances, they actually had 2. We had 4. In the end, the stats for the actual possession was slightly them, but we still had pretty much like almost half of the percentage of possession, although at the beginning we wasn't. The first half I think was very much them, and I think that we did get a set piece and of course scored that with Mickey. Then we scored another they scored, sorry, and it was disallowed. And I think we were still very passive when it came to attacking, and it was annoying to see. We weren't really aggressive enough in the attack, but we still managed to get another corner, and Van de Ven scored it. So yeah, I think that I'm happy with the win. Like, don't get me wrong, and of course Papa Matsar came on and scored. This is why I say about Papa Matsar, because he does tend to get goals, man. Like, I don't know why people really criticise him so much, but yeah, overall I think that it wasn't a great game to watch. It wasn't the greatest game to watch, but when we're winning, again, like I say, it doesn't really matter. But the problem is that at home we don't win and we don't perform like this, and that's probably where a lot of people's issue lies. Hopefully this will get people off Frank's back for a little bit. We've got Newcastle next, so let's see what he does there. He did change it up today, which I commend him for changing the shape, for changing it up a little bit. I did say we should start with Mawani, and we did, and I think that he actually played pretty good. We started with Johnson. I thought Johnson was okay. I don't think he did anything overly special, but I don't think he did anything overly bad. He did get back and help out defensively as well. We did struggle with Jack Grealish. I felt like that Johnson and Porro really struggled with him to keep him contained. And then on the other side, I think the Spence also struggled. I think that it was a really tough game for the players to defend, especially in the wide areas. As I say, I don't think we were great, but we got the win. So yeah, I'm not going to say, oh my God, like it's like terrible. But yeah, of course, I'm going to say that it wasn't great to watch. But I do think that we will improve. I keep saying that. I do think we will improve. And I do think that having Mawani definitely was good to have as an option. And I think, like I say, the change of shape was good. I think that playing Johnson, I think, like I say, Johnson did all right there. He didn't do great, but he did all right. And Kudos was really good again. The defenders, I think, were fantastic today. Mickey and Danso were very good and really performed well. I thought that Paulinho and Bentancur were good today. So yeah, Xavi was all right. I think that he was. Joe, what, he looks dangerous. He does a few little things, but he does need to do a bit more end product still. But I'm going to still give him opportunity. I think it's still really early on with him, so I'm not going to say too much with him. Like, yeah, I don't like to be overly critical too soon because I don't think it's really fair. But as I say, the team overall wasn't great attacking. It was very poor. We did look a bit kind of like we were worried about attacking. That's what I keep saying. We look like we're worried to attack. And we didn't look dangerous as they did. They, of course, had Jack Grealish, who we all know is a fantastic player, and he definitely did look really dangerous when he got the ball. A couple of their players, like, I do think they did play well. I think that they probably will feel quite disappointed with how it went, especially because in that first half, because we were, I think, rather poor, and to be 2-0 up was probably pretty unlucky on their part. So, yeah, overall, as I say, I think that we still have got a long way to go, but I think we also need to give Frank that time to be able to do that and to fix it and to be better. So I'm not going to sit here, like I say, and say too many complaints, because we've got the 3 points and we're third in the league, which is fantastic. Like, we're at a point where a lot of people say this is where the league is more like, or more or less what it's going to be. So I don't think anyone's pulling away, though. I do think that there's still quite a small gap between places in the league. So I do think it's still quite tight and anything can still happen. So I'm not counting my chickens yet, but I still think that we are still on for what I said, what I predicted, and I don't expect us to get any lower than 9th. Absolutely not. So I think that anything above that is great, and if we go above what I even said, 7th, even better. So no complaints from me. I won't be sitting here and complaining about where we finished in the table, but I do think that cup games are still important, and the Champions League is important. I think that we still need to try our best to finish as high up in the table with that as possible, and if we have to play the extra playoff games, try and get through, as I think going to the knockout stages would be very good, and also good to see what Frank would do. And again, in the cups, I think that the same thing. We've got a tough game against Newcastle. Let's see what he will do. Let's see if he changes it again. If he makes too many changes, will that be detrimental? Will he risk making too many changes, or will he risk our players, because we have got some really big games coming up? So there's definitely a lot to juggle, and I think so far he's doing an okay job, but I still think that we've got tougher periods to come where he will have to juggle a lot more. So it'd be interesting to see what he does there with the team, if he managed to juggle it. And also when we get some players back, Romero coming back obviously will be significant. Having a Dogi as an option as well will obviously be helpful. And of course, when Kulu does eventually come back, it will take him a while to get fit, but we'll have him back as well. So let's see what happens. I think that we can all say that it wasn't probably the best game to watch, but we can be seriously happy that we got 3 points. Anybody saying otherwise, I just don't really understand your view, if I'm completely honest. Everybody's welcome to their view, but I can't for the life of me understand it. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Tell me who your player that was outstanding for you was. Mine was definitely Mickey. And as I say, I think Sa was great when he come on, all that energy and stuff. But Mickey's got to take it for me, because defensively and attacking wise, he was absolutely ace today and really did stand up to, like, step up to the plate when it comes to taking like the team on his shoulders in a way, being the captain as well. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed Mickey's performance. So take very good care of yourselves, and we'll speak again real soon.